Hello, Honor Speech. I just thought I'd pop on here real quick and give you some advice for your outlines moving forward, as well as some delivery advice for the personal statement speech, and just spend a little bit of time talking about the Citizen Orator semester-long project and kind of where we're at in that process. Overall, your outlines were fantastic. I think there are two ways in which most of you can improve your outlines moving forward. Number one, a lot of you wanted to frame your main points as benefits rather than focusing on the problems that have created what you think might be your solution as of today. So for example, if I were to say, I believe that Valley City State College should create gender neutral bathrooms, my main points then should be phrased as what are the problems that have been created because we do not have gender neutral bathrooms. So think about framing your main points as problems, not as benefits of your proposed solution. That will serve you much better moving forward as we move into the next speech and your final speech, because we're going to be spending so much time on the problems that if you start focusing on the problems right now and think about it from that perspective, rather than thinking about it backwards to me, which is thinking about the solution in mind, I think it will benefit you in the speeches moving forward and will benefit you in your research as well. Number two, I think I commented probably on everyone's speech that your attention getters were poor. And I don't know that that's actually your fault by any means. So you will notice on your outlines, every aspect of the outline needs to be one simple, declarative, complete sentence. That means I don't really know exactly what your attention getter is going to be because one sentence really doesn't tell me much. So moving forward, I'm okay if you write 2, 3, 4 sentences on your outline so that I have a better sense of what your attention getter might be. That way I can give you more accurate feedback on whether or not I think your attention getter is effective. So again, I think that the attention getter is one of the most important, if not the most important aspect of a speech, because research tells us that if you can't engage an audience in the first 15 seconds, then you've lost them for the duration of the speech. So it really doesn't matter what the arguments you create in the body of the speech, the evidence you provide, etc. If they're not on board initially in that first 15 seconds, then we've lost them for the remainder of the speech. So I think the most compelling attention getter that you can create for this speech is a personal narrative. Think about an experience from your own life or an experience from someone else's life and tell a story. Tell a narrative that sets up your topic, that introduces the problem, and really gets us engaged in your speech because it's personalized. It's something that's meaningful and personable and something that's real, not some hypothetical, imagined situation, but an actual real life example that we can relate to and identify with that makes the speech a little bit more personal. It humanizes it. In terms of delivery, number one, bring some passion and energy to your speech. You've selected this topic. It's a problem that you're connected to. It's something that's meaningful to you. It's something that you want to bring real change into a community in which you're involved in. So let's see that passion. Let's see that energy reflected in your delivery. Remember, it's not an audience's job to listen to you. It's your job as the speaker to make the audience want to listen to you. That's your job as a speaker. So bring the energy, bring the passion, and show us why you really care about this topic and why it's meaningful to you, why it's personable to you. Number two, eye contact. Recording in front of an audience with a computer, it's kind of an awkward setup. Even for me right now, this is awkward. The way we do that on D2L and the whole setup of the camera, it's kind of an awkward situation. But remember, your eye contact should not be here with the computer. It should be out here with your audience members. So think 3 to 4 seconds, look them directly in the eye, and then move on to the next audience member. Your goal is to create an intimate connection with each audience member to make them feel like they're a part of your speech, to bring them into the speech with you, and to communicate with them, not at them. So again, you only have 3 audience members. So think 3 to 4 seconds, move on to the next person, and bounce around. So many of you are going to want to popcorn like 1 second at a time and just pop around. That's not creating a meaningful speech to each audience member because it is an intimate setting. So engage them with direct eye contact, 3 to 4 seconds, and then move on to the next person. Think about how you're going to support your main points. So many of you are going to want to simply just read off your outline, and that's certainly not going to get you to the time limit that you need, and that's going to obviously hurt your grade and hinder the grade that you wish to earn. So if you have a main point that we're to talk about something in terms of why we need a gender-neutral bathroom, you'd want to provide examples and say, okay, I have a friend, or from my experience, here's how the school treats those that are transgender as an example, so that we can have a real-life example to help support that main point, that helps elaborate on it, and gives it more depth. So think about it. I'm looking for your opinion. I'm looking for evidence from your own life, from other people's experiences. I'm not looking for you to do any research. I just want you to know from your perspective, why do we have this problem? Provide examples to support your main points and your subpoints so that you can elaborate on it and create some speech that has some depth. In terms of the Citizen Orator Project, I'm impressed with the topics that you want to tackle. We don't need to know exactly right now what your solution is going to be. You should always be thinking about it, but right now we're in that research gathering phase to make sure, A, that we have a problem, and then in that research phase, the more we research and the next speech that we give and more we do more research, we will be able to uncover, here's what I think my policy is going to be moving forward, that will then craft that final speech. I hope this week's article on the rhetorical situation helps you to better understand what a rhetorical audience is. So rhetorical audience is an audience that actually has the ability to make change. So for example, if you want to change the drinking age from 18 or from 21 to 18, I'm not your person. I don't have the authority to change the drinking age from 21 to 18. I don't have that authority. So you've got to identify what is the audience that actually has the authority to implement my policy. In terms of research, I want you to really begin to think about, how do citizens research? So you're not going to be able to go to the library databases and come up with all this research. That's not how citizens research. Most citizens don't go to the stack of journals and books in some dusty library and conduct research. Citizens go out amongst the people. They talk to people. They interview people. They go get documents from City Hall. They get documents from the school, etc. All right? So you're going to have to probably conduct several personal interviews for your next speech. And so I will be posting online here some slides that help you conduct personal interviews and some things that you want to think about. So yes, we're going to use some traditional research. We're also going to combine that with some research about how do actual citizens research. They don't go to the library in most cases. In some cases they do, but oftentimes they go to Google and do a basic Google search. But they spend time amongst the people, talking with people that are involved in the problem, talking with all the people that the problem affects, and they engage in conversations with those people to get the information they need to then propose the potential solution that can help remedy that problem. So I want you to begin to think like a citizen, not so much like a student, but think about, how do citizens research? And that's how we're going to begin to move forward. But right now, for this speech that you have coming up, I just want to hear your personal opinions and why you think this problem exists. Again, if you have any problems, questions, or concerns, by all means, email me. Like I said, this is the first time that we've put this class online. And so we're going to kind of learn as we go, and I'm going to kind of let this be organic as we go. So I'm going to learn from you. You're going to learn from me, and I appreciate your patience in that learning process. But I'm excited to make this course meaningful for you, to make this assignment meaningful for you, to really bring these concepts alive and make them personable, not just exist in some vacuum, in some hypothetical situation. So let's go be real agents of change this semester. Let's crush it. And again, if you have any questions, by all means, contact me. I'm happy to chat with you. All right? Have yourself a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.